back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is, of course, Lightliger, and today I will be doing a beginner tutorial on Metamask, showing you how it's done from start to finish, telling you all the necessary information you basically need to know about it. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to check is that you're on the actual right address, which is metamask.io, and make sure that it's SSL verified. So there's the HTTPS there. So you basically know that you're on the right website, because there are a lot of fake MetaMask websites which ask you to give your seed phrase, private keys, or even credit card information and other types of, sensitive information which you don't want strangers to basically get. So make sure you understand that you're on the actual right address here, or on the right extension page, or on mobile, you're going to be on the actual right download page. So it's probably most, safe to actually go through the main website here. So we're going to be installing this on as an extension, and that is pretty much where most people use it. There is a mobile version, but for iOS and Android, I do think that they are pretty much one-to-one same, but I do believe that the extension is always updated first before anything else. Now, it's supported on all pretty much browsers there is. You have Chrome, Firefox, Brave. Obviously recommending Brave for everybody. Then there's Edge. You can even get it for Opera if you're going to be using the portal to install basically Chrome extensions on it. So basically any mainstream browser can basically support it. I'm using Yandex right now, which is a Chromium base. So I will be now installing MetaMask for Chrome. And now we're going to be seeing that this is the one. It has over 3 million users, 4 stars. And you can see the versions and websites. The contact developer leads to support at metamask.io. And the website also leads to metamask.io. I don't know if there's any other better way to verify that this is the real one here on the website. Now let's add it to the Chrome. And now it asks the extension what it will do. Read and change your data on website you visit. This is basically for the reason when you enter the dApp website, it basically, allows it to interact with the actual dApps. Display notifications means when transactions go through, when you transfer money, swap it, trade it, etc. And basically modify data you copy and paste. I'm not sure actually what that is for, but we're going to be adding up the extension now, and it's going to be taking a couple of seconds depending on what you're going to be using to install it. And the first time it's going to be installed, it's going to be showing you on full screen. Now, basically, this is the full screen interface. And after you have basically set it out, it will be going into a normal type of a, drop box that appears when you click it. So the first thing we're going to be doing is get started, and it asks you to create or import a seed phrase. This is normal, okay? But if it asks you again at any point the seed phrase again, or any website asks you the seed phrase again, then you know that you're on a scam website. Okay, remember that. Only once you need to import this seed phrase into MetaMask. Remember that. So, in case you are already using wallets like Exodus, Atomic Wallet, Trust Wallet, Koinomi, MyEther wallet, or any other wallet that requires a seed phrase and you have the seed phrase for, you can import that 12-word seed phrase here and use that same account that you had on those wallets in MetaMask. Now, there's obviously benefits to that because you don't have to transfer your money over from the old wallet or, to the new one. So you're going to be saving up on gas costs, or, you maybe just want to it's a lot more easier for you to use one and same address, whatever the reason may be. Or if you want to increase your security and keep money on multiple different locations, you can also create a new wallet and seed phrase. So we're going to be doing exactly that. I will be creating a wallet. And here it talks about, again, what they will be collecting and what they will be basically doing. And I'm going to be agreeing with this. And you're going to be asked to do 8, character password. I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And obviously, you want to have a good password here in case you don't want any people, joining up. On if you're just other people using the same PC, perhaps, then you want to have a password that is good. And now we're going to be clicking create. And we will be getting now the seed phrase. Now, this seed phrase, you want to write it down into your diary. Any physical form is really recommended. You can store it in a WordPad file somewhere on your computer, but obviously the most secure way is to actually write it down. You can, even get a tattoo of it if you want to. Now, this is always 12 words when it comes to MetaMask. I'm going to copy this old thing here, and I'm going to be opening up WordPad, and I'm going to be pasting the whole seed phrase here, all the 12 words, and then we're going to be clicking next. It always will ask us to basically put these on the real order. So let me open that again, and we're going to be clicking in all those words here on the correct order. That makes you sure that you have the right address here. So
perfect. Eyebrow, root, chimney, crime, punch, model. I think, think it is in 3-word, sets, churn resist, ability, and mechanical salt.
And now click confirm, and voila, we have now created our MetaMask address. All done. And they talk about the token swapping. One thing about it, what you need to understand, is very expensive to use the MetaMask inbuilt swapping system. Because it takes extra fees, so not really recommending to use this. Some people have said that there might be an airdrop for people who do. That might be true, so that might be the only reason you maybe want to do it. Start swapping. So here is the, actually let's not go here, let's go back to the page. Now also, it should drop out. Now this is the interface here on the small one. Okay, so this is the screen here, and here we can see we can send our Ethereum into an address. We can also receive. So here's the receival address. So we're going to copy it, and we can paste it over here to the WordPad file that we just had. So this is our address. Okay, this is my address. This is the Ethereum address. Always starts with OX. That's the important thing you need to know. And any other Ethereum address that doesn't start with OX is not Ethereum. It's probably Ethereum that might exist on another chain, but it's not on Ethereum. Now, here you can see all the tokens. Obviously, we don't have anything here because we created a brand new wallet. One of the things you obviously want to know is, how do I add tokens here? Now, when you actually receive money or tokens into this address, it doesn't automatically add the tokens here on the bar. So you have to go into Ethereum Explorer, which is called Etherscan. And here you're going to be searching for that specific token that you want to add here. Now that might be Aave, for instance, so I'm going to be choosing Aave here from the list. There's a lot of clones here, so make sure that you got the right one. There's many ways to confirm that by the date of creation and things like that. And now you're on the Aave token page, and here on the right side you have the thing called token contract. And this is something you need to copy, so you're going to be clicking copy address. Or you can click the 3 dots here and add token to MetaMask. This is actually a lot more easier. A pop-up will add, and now add suggested tokens. So I'm going to be adding token Aave here, and now when we go back into our MetaMask, we can see that Aave is now listed here. So that's how you add new tokens. Just because they don't show on the interface, it doesn't mean that there isn't any tokens on the address. Once again, we can go back to the top and copy the actual address that we have, copy it, go back to Etherscan, and go into the search field again, and we can paste our address here. Paste it, search it, and okay, this doesn't actually show us anything right now. Okay, now we got the right address here. So now we are at the right address, and here in us showing us the balance, which is 0 Ether. And if it actually had something, it would have a drop bar menu here with tokens. So that's how you can always check whatever there are tokens or NFTs within the address. In case, because not all wallets will show you all the stuff that you actually hold on your Ethereum address, if that makes sense. So that's how you basically add tokens into your MetaMask. You can also buy directly here with Wire, or directly deposit Ethereum. Once again, here you can get the address we were looking at here. You can just clear view on Etherscan, and it takes you back to the address we just looked at, where you can see your profile. Now let's get into some other stuff here, which is very important. Here in the activity tab, you see all the transactions have taken place in the past regarding transfers and fees and etc. here on the drop bar menu, you have the Ethereum mainnet. Now, the Metamask is not a wallet that supports Bitcoin or Dogecoin. It supports basically blockchains that are based on Ethereum. That includes Ethereum Classic, Binance Smart Chain, Tomo Chain, POA, Matic, XDAI, and many others. Now, if we want to use, let's say, Tomo Chain, you can see it's not here available. Ethereum mainnet is where all the Ethereum transactions happen, and these test networks are all on Ethereum as well, but they are play money basically. Understand this. So when you're going to be doing transactions, make sure that you're going to be on Ethereum mainnet. And just because you have, let's say, on Robston test network, it may show you that have you 5 Ethereum, but when you actually switch into other network, it might be 0. Understand that. So they're separate things. And as you saw, that token Aave here is not showing up on the other test networks. That is intentional. So we're going to be adding custom RPC. Now we're going to be going into the Tomo chain address. And here you have to copy these certain things in order to support a different chain here. So you need to copy everything exactly here. You can just Google Binance Smart Chain RPC, Tomo Chain RPC, XDAI RPC, and you're going to be finding all the necessary information. So going back to here, we're going to be adding the network name, which is Tomo Chain. This is something you can add. It's not very important. This is going to be your keyword for you. RPC URL, and apparently there's a extra space there. Now it's saying, otherwise it will always tell you it's invalid. Then we're going to be copying the Explorer URL, which we're going to be putting here. Not important. Tomo is the ticker. That's also optional. And also chain ID, which was 88. So now we have the thing. We're going to be saving it. And now Tomo chain is being supported here. And every time we're going to do transactions on Tomo chain, we can just swip it over from here and there. Now what you need to understand is that I know there's a lot of information in this video, but you can just keep going and rewatch the video many times as possible. So the address here that we saw earlier that we looked in is going to be always the same on everything that you're going to be creating. So the Tomo chain address is going to be one-to-one same with the Ethereum. So if I'm going to be adding Matic, XDAI, Ethereum Classic, Binance Smart Chain, they all are going to be sharing the same address here. It's going to be one-to-one same. So that's a good thing. So you don't need to memorize all, the addresses. You can just have one for everything. Now, and the private key and the seed phrase is always going to be the one-to-one same with everything. Now, you can also add new accounts. I can add a new account here. It creates one, and this one also has a new address. It uses the same seed phrase we got in the beginning. You can also import accounts, and you can import them from hardware like Ledger or Treasure. You can import a private key, which is something you can do from, let's say, Metamask, Atomic Wallet. I can just paste my private key string here, and then I can access that wallet through that way as well. So there are many ways to basically add new accounts into, but you're not able to add 2 different seed phrases into the actual account. Now let's go back into the Ethereum mainnet here. I'm going to be closing this. And let's go into actually logging into something. So let's go to Uniswap, which is probably the most thing that people are in this video looking into getting into. So in most of these websites, there's a connect to a wallet button. You're going to be clicking it, and there's a MetaMask option. And this is how you basically log in to most of the things. Some websites will automatically logging you in long as your MetaMask is open. So when you close your browser, it will be always logging you off automatically. So the password we created in the beginning, which is not the seed phrase, it's that eight letter password, that's going to be always asked every time you log into your browser. So I'm going to be choosing MetaMask, and will automatically basically log us in here into the Uniswap. Sometimes it might initialize for a couple of seconds. If that doesn't work, refresh the page again and try to log in again here through the Connect wallet, choosing MetaMask again, and there will be a pop-up, and it will basically ask you to choose which account you want to log in with. So as we saw in just 2 minutes ago, we created a new wallet inside MetaMask, the account 2. You can obviously name and rename these accounts more as you want to kind of keep track on what's going on. So I'm going to be, clicking next here and view the address permitting the required blah, blah, blah. If any address is going to be asking you a seed phrase in this here, that's when you know you're on a fake address or a fake website. Never give you a seed phrase. This should be always the connection style, where it just asks you to connect with your MetaMask. Connecting in, and now we're basically locked in to the actual MetaMask with Uniswap. And now we can basically, if we had any balance, we could trade our tokens here, and then, it would just click a swap and there would be a confirmation going through. Now, what is important with a lot of people understanding is that there is also gas fees attached when you're going to be trading in Ethereum. There's a website called gasnow.org, which shows you pretty much all the standard fees right now, what is going to be needed to trade. Obviously, these fees are not the same as they are going to be on other chains. So other chains are obviously significantly cheaper than Ethereum, most of the time below a 1 cent per transaction. Now, what I'm going to be doing here in order to show you something is I'm going to be going back into the Ethereum. So here, expand view, and this will take you back into that big screen in case that's something you want to do. Now, what I want to do here is an importing account. I'm going to be importing one of my private keys. So I have Exodus here open, one of the wallets that I've been using for a long time. You can find a review for that wallet on my channel, obviously. And what I'm going to be doing basically is I will be finding my Ethereum address there, and I will be basically importing my private key into the MetaMask, so I will be able to access the funds that I already have there in order to show you some other things, how basically things are done. Copy pasting that private key, importing it here, import, and now we basically have the third account here where we are now able to see all my funds here, my Ethereum, all the tokens. Not all tokens are showing you here, which I own on this account, obviously, because as I told you, the MetaMask doesn't import automatically these tokens into the actual balances. And most of the tokens that are being added here have to go through like a verification stuff like that, which takes hoops and loops. So just because there's not an icon showing up for a certain asset, it doesn't mean that it's a fake or something. Now, here on the activity tab, you will not see anything when you import it to the MetaMask. It only shows you all the activities that you've basically done since you have interacted with the extension on your with the dApps. Okay. Now, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be going into a pancake swap. Pancake swap is on Binance Smart Chain, and as I said to you earlier, Binance Smart Chain is another thing that you can basically add into your MetaMask wallet. So what we're going to be doing here is we have here the new account, which I imported from Exodus. And in case you also want to change the name, you can here do it. Just type it in, Exodus. Voila. And now we are there. And basically, we're going to be changing the Ethereum mainnet. Or we can actually, yes, so we have to go into Binance Smart Chain RPC. So I'm going to be using this one here. RPC URL, chain ID was 97, BCC. We don't need the block explorer right now. Okay, let's actually, that's not a right ID. Maybe I copied it wrong. 56. Okay, save. And now we have the Binance Smart Chain here also added. And basically, as I already showed you, when we went to the Ethereum mainnet, I have 2 Ethereum here. When I go to Binance Smart Chain, I have 12 BNB. Now the icons will show you that it's Ethereum. That's a bad design flaw from Ethereum because they will not show you the corresponding chain that you're using. in this extension. That might change in the future. They are doing some updates here. So if you're watching this video from 2 months now, there might be a couple of updates on the actual thing. So basically now we are on the Binance Smart Chain, and what will happen if you're going to be logging in? Let's say we are going back to Ethereum mainnet here, and we could try to connect, choosing MetaMask, and it will not connect. And the reason why is because we tried to log in with Ethereum mainnet and not the Binance Smart Chain. Sometimes it will give you an error message. Sometimes it will offer you to automatically change this chain on your MetaMask. That is normal. And now we're going to be clicking connect MetaMask. And now we should be basically logging in. It's doing some type of refresh here. Let's refresh the page. And now there will be a pop-up coming out asking us to basically connect. And here I can have my Exodus account. It shows us that we have some BNB there. And I'm going to be clicking next, connect. And now I'm logged into PancakeSwap. Now, that's pretty much easy. Let's do a very simple trade here on the platform. I have separate tutorials on these AMM protocols. That's something you can dig into later. That's not something I'm going to be exploring in this video. I'm going to be choosing Alice. Sometimes these sites will always log you off for whatever reason with MetaMask. That's normal. Just connect again. And we're going to be choosing a couple of different pairs here. I'm just going to be showing you the actual transaction process here. So I'm going to be selling this token for this. And this is how the transactions will show up. So we'll show you basically the transaction fee here. What is going to be the amount that you're going to be changing. So it's going to be what app is going to be asking you to do this. You can edit permissions here. You can also add a custom spend limit. That's a bit more for advanced users. It's a bit more secure, but don't do it in case you don't know what you're doing. And we're going to be just clicking confirm. And that's how the transaction is done. Now, because we did a transaction here on the Binance Smart Chain, it has added automatically that Alice token here on the tokens. Now, it doesn't have an icon because it's not verified by MetaMask, and that is very normal. And now it shows you actually here on the activity page that there's something that's gone through. And now also the MetaMask is told that the confirmation or the transaction has gone through. And this pop-up can be disabled in case you don't know it. And that's how I basically use MetaMask. Hopefully I did cover most of this stuff here. There's a lot of things that you can go into terms of the, regarding MetaMask, adding your own contacts here. For instance, you have a certain address and you want to like add it here, and you can add the usernames, and this can be, exchanges and everything else. So as a last part of this tutorial, we're going to be touching a bit on the actual transactions that you're going to be sending to an exchange, or perhaps to your friend, or perhaps to another address that you have. So I'm going to be doing this on the Ropsten test network. I have some Play Ethereum right now here. And basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sending some money to a random address, which I basically copied from Etherscan just for testing. And basically how it's done, in case you're going to be sending Ethereum, it's going to be easy, but you're going to be if you're going to be sending a token, remember to always add the token here on the list, otherwise you're not able to send it. You can sometimes just search things, maybe they show up here. We have the basic attention token, for example. Click next, add tokens. This is the more manual way to add tokens into the wallet. Sometimes more faster, but not all the tokens are listed on that database. Remember that. So we're going to be clicking send, and we're going to be pasting that address, which I just caught. And here we have new address. I can also add this guy is John. Save it. So we're sending money to John. Now, first of all, in the drop bar menu, you're going to be choosing what token or coin you're going to be sending. In this case, we're going to be sending Ethereum. I'm going to be sending 1 Ethereum here to him. And this is going to be the gas price. Now, on the test network, the gas price is going to be 2 Gwei. I never touch on the gas limit, guys. Never dabble with the gas limit. If you're going to be altering something, always alter the Gwei. Now, what you need to understand is that on the mainnet, the Gwei is currently like 180, meaning that a normal transfer is going to be costing you somewhere around $7.5. But you can always send a lower transaction. And the thing you need to understand with Ethereum is that you can set the GUI even to 2, but it will never confirm until the average price of the GUI is at 2, which means that it could be in 10 years, for instance. That works a bit differently as it does on the Bitcoin. But I'm going to have a very fast transaction here, and testnet, it doesn't matter, so I'm going to be putting 15 into it. Then we're going to be clicking next. It's going to be showing us the full amount, which is 1 Ethereum, plus the gas fees here, which is this much Ethereum in total when it puts the gas price and the gas limit. Then we click confirm, and now the confirmation is going through, and basically it will show us the transaction here. At first it's pending, and this will show us how long it usually takes to actually go through. Given that how much we gave out in terms of the GUI, probably going to be taking a very slow, and as you can see, it's already confirmed, and you're going to be now confirming it. So sometimes the fee can be actually lower than what it suggests on the actual point when it's asked you to do the transfer. So understand that sometimes it might go lower than that price. But that's how pretty much the transfers are basically done on the MetaMask. So hopefully that was helpful for you. And remember to always double check the addresses. The MetaMask will tell you if you're trying to send to an invalid address. Even if you're receiving, let's say, you're sending Ethereum to somebody and he accidentally gives you his Ethereum Classic address, as long as he has the seed phrases and the private keys available, he's able to access that money on the other chain, because that's how the Ethereum things work, as we touched upon earlier. With no matter what the chain is, the address is always going to be staying the same. But thanks for watching. We'll be seeing you guys on the next video, whenever it may be. See you soon.